Hello, I'm Scott O'Neill with Shore to Shore Realty in Yankton, South Dakota, and this is the O'Neill Report. Today is March 4th, 2025, and in today's video, I will be updating you on the public hearing in the Appropriations Committee that took place in the Nebraska legislature yesterday. It started at 1:30 and ran till like 4:45. And the issue that I'm covering today is a continuation of the Star Wars funding project. And the reason that is important to our area and Northeast Nebraska is because Weigand Marina is involved with their update, which would be, millions of dollars, to update that marina. And there's also some projects in the Niobrara area that I'm going to tell you about. But the first video that I did on this was Sunday, February 3rd, like a little over a week ago. And it was about, the Star Wars funding. And just to review, Governor Pillen, Jim Pillen, the governor of Nebraska, is proposing to eliminate the Star Wars funding for his proposal for the 2025 budget. So killing the Star Wars bill would eliminate funding for the Weigand Marina, as I just stated, on the Nebraska side of Lewis and ClarkLake. And it would also eliminate funding earmarked for the Niobrara State Park and also Lake McConaughy. So yesterday's hearing, there were proponents of the funding to keep funding Star Wars that at the public hearing got up and testified as to why they should keep the funding and move forward with that funding. So this issue is very important to many people in Northeast Nebraska, obviously, but it's just not Northeast Nebraska, and it's just not Weigand Marina. And as you will see in my report, after watching the entire thing, the proceedings yesterday, my thoughts after watching was like this Star Wars funding may become very complex with a lot of moving parts. And that's why I think it's important that we get as many people involved in watching videos like this and sharing the video to other people that may have, interest in this, Northeast Nebraska, obviously, but it's becoming more of a statewide thing that people, I believe, are pushing, and I'll get into that in a little bit. So we are following and will be reporting on the Star Wars funding issue to its end. So just a note, since 2025 is an odd-numbered year, the Nebraska legislature session is 90 days long. And that means that it usually lasts until like mid-June. So this could take some time, and I'm sure there will be, a lot of different things that are going to be happening. And so we'll be covering it to the end. What I'd like to do is invite you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is O'Neill Connection, ONEAL Connection. And, we are Yankton's most helpful real estate company, and we are Yankton's realtors of choice. And one of the big reasons that we are is because, of projects that we take on like this and informing people, informing our subscribers as to what's going on and the important issues that we feel are important and bringing them to you. So let's get into what happened yesterday at the public hearing. Like I said, I watched the whole thing, and I took a lot of notes. And so this is what happened. Okay, before the public hearing started, I had a phone call with Senator Barry DeKay, and he's from over in the Niobrara area, and he's a senator for the 40th district in the Nebraska legislature. And he's a big proponent of moving the Star Wars agenda forward. So I talked to Senator DeKay, and he was at the Appropriations Committee hearing, and or he was going to it, but this happened. This phone call was before the hearing, and he wanted to let everybody know that negotiations are ongoing concerning Star Wars with him and other senators and other people that are interested in this bill and how it plays out. And Senator DeKay also told me he was working diligently to make things happen for Northeast Nebraska and move forward with Star Wars. He said every day Star Wars is on the front burner for him because it's so important for Northeast Nebraska. So he is a big proponent of moving forward with this issue. He also had introduced a bill in February, and it was LB 480. And without going into great detail, what it does, what he told me, it would like give Nebraska more options on the funding of the waterways, of their waterways. So that bill, and that has, things to do with how Star Wars would be, funded going forward. And that is still on the floor, and it is going through the legislature or the legislative process. So let's get to the proponents. So the first proponent for the Star Wars bill moving forward was Stacy Miller, and she represented the Knox County Economic Development. And she was the first one. And then we had Angie Stinger out of Growing Together Initiative. The third proponent was Tracy Jeffrey, and she's the director of Visit Norfolk. And she also, stated things about the economics of, Norfolk and moving forward and how important it would be for Norfolk. Okay, the fourth person was a proponent for Lake McConaughy, and that was Corey Crandall from Keith County. And what he thought was that they needed money mostly spent or used on developing the roads, the road system around Lake McConaughy, because I guess it's back in the day, the Game and Parks people built the roads, but they're not anywhere near close to serving, the traffic that it gets now with these big boats and everything. And it seemed like the main thing that he wanted to talk about was using money for the roads in the Star Wars bill. The sixth person was Joan Irvin, and she is a Keith County commissioner, and she also was very emphatic about the roads and getting money to build new roads, or not new roads, but taking care of the roads they have, updating those roads at Lake McConaughy. The seventh proponent was Thomas Wilbur from Keith County, and he was the highway superintendent. And he basically said that they didn't want a handout, that they have everything ready and willing to, work on these roads as soon as the legislature goes forward in funding this project. So then Barry DeKay, Senator Barry DeKay, got up, and he introduced a new bill, LB 491, on behalf of the Ponca tribe. And that this bill would be used to construct a Chief Standing Bear Museum and Visiting Center over by the Niobrara area, with a completion date of 2027. So people testified for the Ponca tribe. The Ponca tribe is in favor of the Chief Standing Bear Museum. And I believe there were 4 people that from the Ponca tribe, that 3 or 4 from the Ponca tribe that got up and, gave their feelings of why it would be important to do this. And then there were a couple other people that got up and talked about Chief Standing Bear, and I didn't get the names of these people. It was going pretty fast. And, if some of you out there, watching this video know who they were, please, you can comment below and let us know who they were. But I wasn't expecting, this whole thing to take place. But I think this is a major factor in moving the Star Wars bill forward, is this Chief Standing Bear Museum and Visiting Center. And like I said, it's going to have a lot of moving parts moving forward, because you have people like wanting this to move forward from Niobrara, from Lake McConaughy, from Keith County, and from the area where we are in Knox County in Northeast Nebraska for the Weigand Marina construction and update. So those were all the proponents, and I asked Senator DeKay in our phone conversation if he would keep me updated with the Star Wars negotiations moving forward, because we don't know what bills are going to be attached or how this is going to all work out. And he said he would. He didn't know if he would contact me at the end of this week or next week or when it would be, but he will contact me. And when I have that information, I'm going to, pass that on to our subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is O'Neill Connection, ONEAL Connection, or our Facebook channel at K O'Neill Realtor, which is KAYEONEAL Realtor, all one word. But just a note, you will find more information and a write-up with more important links about this Star Wars project or funding going forward on our YouTube channel, just because that's the most, the best way, to get that information out there is it's more of a YouTube video and YouTube access, to put all the write-up in that video. So this is Scott O'Neill with Shore to Shore Realty signing off. I will see you soon. I will keep you updated and keep on keeping on.